Hey, true believers, Sanglantine here with a review of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man 297. So, in my last Marvel and versus DC reviews, I gave 5 stars to Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man number 6, which was a surprise to me because I'd pretty much washed that one off. I figured this book was ready for cancellation as soon as it got out of the gate. I didn't like it. And then last issue came, and it was like, damn, I liked it. It's good. It spent time on character. It honored the history of Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson and their relationship together. So when I picked up this issue, I was thinking, yeah, okay, I've heard good things. Well, let's see if it's as good as everybody says. Is it as good? It's strong. It is. I don't think it's as good as last issue, but it is a very good issue. It's really something. Mainly, I think it is like Spider-Man The Raid. If you remember that movie from Singapore about the cops, they go up in the building and such. Judge Dredd did it as well. They were very similar stories. And in this case, there's someone out to get Spider-Man. He's in his apartment building, and somehow they can block his Spidey sense, and now he has to escape while trying to avoid getting shot, which they're more than willing to shoot him because he does actually get shot. Since last issue was all dialogue, this issue is actually all action. However, his thought bubbles, his speech, what he's saying, what he's doing, and how he's acting, everything gives into the character of Peter Parker. So all the while we are getting a very action-packed story, we are still learning about the character. And what surprises me is this is in direct contrast from what we're getting from Amazing Spider-Man. The man who's supposed to know Spider-Man left, right, and center because he's been writing for 10 years doesn't seem to know Peter Parker at all anymore. This is Peter Parker. This is Peter Parker in the situation that he is in Amazing Spider-Man. He still used to be a business owner, and now he's poor. But it is Peter Parker. It's the Peter Parker we've always known and loved. And he's unrecognizable in Amazing Spider-Man. This is how you do this. This book right here. So that's why I put the words "a slap across Dan Slott's face," because this is literally he's throwing down the gauntlet here. According to Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, Chip Zdarsky, the challenge has been made. Now, let's see if Dan Slott can step up. Because everything that shows, you know, he is so invested in his identity politics, it seems, that I don't think he can write Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, excuse me, for who he is, for what he is. Instead, we have to come here. And I am more than happy to do that because this is some damn entertaining stuff. This is really cool. And that is a great image there, right? When he's dodging the bullets. It is so cool. It's got some really cool art, some great images. The writing, as I've been praising since, you know, for the last 3 minutes or so, is dead on point. This really is the Spider-Man comics that we have been wanting to get. Even when he meets up with J. Jonah Jameson, we get a continuation of last issue where he is bringing up stuff that's like, okay, wait a second. Now that I know who you are and what you're doing, my favorite bit is where he brings up all the pictures, because he's saying that was fraud, and it was. But, you know, he also made a whole bunch of money by selling papers with those pictures on them. So, you know, it ain't like he didn't get something out of it. But it really does show that they're willing to play off the history of the characters. Not only the distant history, but the recent history. Because didn't Aunt May marry, like, J. Jonah Jameson's dad or grandfather or something like that? So they do have a relationship outside of that. I'm telling you, man, if you haven't already done it, you should be picking up Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man series, because it is definitely getting better. And since this is the first issue of the Legacy, this is the soft reboot, this is a good jumping on point. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Have you read Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 297? And if so, what did you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you see the comparisons between this book and The Raid and Judge Dredd? or dread, as it were? Let me know in the comments below. Also, what do you think so far of the Legacy books? What are the best? What are your favorite? What are your least favorite? Let me know that in the comments below as well. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, you know the deal. Click like, share, of course, because it's important to get the word out about the channel. And if you haven't done it already, click subscribe and that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. Also, we make our living doing this, so if you don't mind helping us keep the lights on or help us keep making these videos, please go on over to Patreon or VIDME. Drop $1 in the till. VIDME even has a tip jar. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to all the true believers who are ready to abandon the Slott mobile to hitch their wagon to the Zdarsky train, thank you very, very much for watching.